Alright, what's up guys? So, I told you guys in my last video that I was gonna bring you guys a in-depth blessing guide. Well, not really in-depth. If you want an in-depth guide, I can try and make that, get the whole stuff like that. I think I'm gonna be interrupted by my roommate coming in. I am gonna be interrupted by my roommate coming in. Hello. Don't play any music. Don't play any music or anything out loud, because then I'll get copyright striked. And then that means I gotta deal with that. But that's fucking weird. You go back to level 1, you keep your shit. So I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest. Warrior's Blessing fucking sucks. There's actually no reason to use this shit fucking item, to be honest. Huh? I'm making a video, dum dum. Who do you think I was talking to? Nah. But I told everybody in my last video I was gonna make a blessings guide because I trashed the blessings for the longest time. I thought they were bad, but they aren't that bad. But as you can see, the reason I'm using Uller is because Uller is kind of a happy medium between everybody. He's got melee, he's got range, and his abilities scale well with power, but also his basics are fucking strong as shit. So like that. So as you can see, just basic level 1, you're gonna do 42 damage with Uller. Again, just 42 damage. It only actually gives you no power, so that is actually just Uller's base damage. Against level 5, just 41 against level 5 mage, which generally has the same health scaling and stuff like that as hunters. But as you can see, every time you damage a god, you get that little stack right there. And when you kill a god, you get 5 stacks. So what your stacks do is essentially when you get 15 stacks, it evolves and you gain 10 physical and 10 magical protections, which honestly seems like it would be 5 times better on Guardian's Blessing. I mean, I don't really understand it, but I'm not the one in charge. My axe is not showing up in my other hand. Okay. This video is all kind of glitchy. You will survive the winter. Let's see. Well, how the hell do you build the stacks again? See, I haven't used this at all. I don't know how to build these stacks. Damage. This effect can only occur once every 10 seconds. Okay, see. So, already right off the bat, you notice that Warrior's Blessing does not have a cooldown. Wait, it did? Then why didn't that count? It's weird. Smite is being fucking glitchy. It didn't show up for me. I don't know, maybe it didn't. I just didn't notice it, but anyway, there you go. Evolved Warrior's Blessing. You get all that good stuff, which I guess it's good. So you get 40 health and mana restored upon damaging an enemy god. So 40 health, 40 mana. I'm gonna assume, yeah, this can only occur every 10 seconds. So okay, so it does proc with basic attacks, so that is pretty fucking nice. It of course will proc with Gladiator Shield. As seen right there, you get 3 numbers pop up. Pretty fucking nice, honestly. But sadly, nobody really likes Warrior's Blessing. It's kind of there. Like, nobody really cares. Are you serious? I forgot. Hi-Rez did this very fucking stupid thing that you can only buy 1 blessing per god. So that means I gotta return to the lobby and start up a new jungle practice. You couldn't have just changed that, like, that one condition for jungle practice? Like, you couldn't? I know that was super fucking loud, but shit. Again, we're doing this on Uller because he's just this happy medium, melee, ranged, good ability scaling, good basic attack scaling. That's why we're doing it on him. It's just who I prefer to use this on compared to
Born of ice and
using
forged
this
for the
on
battle.
like
Mastering my elements will
like
bring
using
forth my
everything
untapped
on
power and
just
save this world from
one
damnation.
god. Like,
Minions have
I mean,
spawned.
not everything on different
I
gods.
can
Like,
really go
you
either
know,
way.
w- use Osiris, but then again, what I'm about to go into with this next blessing, you're kind of gonna understand why I'm just using one god. So, Mage's Blessing is a flex, as I like. It's a flex item. Just like some gods are flex gods, you can flex them out to different positions.
Let's
This is
test
a
the
flex
elements.
blessing, which means you can just flex it out to just about any ability based god that there is. It doesn't matter if, they're physical, magical, just doesn't matter. They do a lot of damage. I do not think that this procs on something like Erlang's 1 or maybe, I don't know if it procs on Bakasura's 3. I will test that. But as you can see, you get that little pop up right there. I think it's on every ability. It is. So you get that little pop up right there. Yellow numbers. We love the yellow numbers. But for this one, Jesus Christ, you need 75 stacks. So we're not fucking around here.
I will strike them down before they can even move.
We're just gonna go balls to the wall in on this raw and just crit him and kill him over and over, and then I'll show you what that cooldown reduction looks like and all that good other stuff. So, this is gonna take actually not that long. Shouldn't take that long because should relatively crit well. However, you will have to deal with my annoying announcer pack that is Tina. I guess while I'm doing this, it's very good to go ahead and talk about gods that can definitely utilize this very well. Chalk,
I would hate to be the
if
last.
you're gonna go a solo laner, Chalk. I'm sure Kakolin could probably use it, even though Kakolin would probably benefit more from Warrior's Blessing again because Kakolin with Gladiator Shield is already broken, so why not just get a mini Gladiator Shield that procs every 10 seconds? More sustain,
I would hate to be
more
the
stuff like
last.
that. In theory, Warrior's Blessing is good. I get where Hi-Res was going with it, but it's just not there. Um, so um, ability based hunters like Uller. I know in my last video
I
with
would hate
Uller,
to be the
I
last to die.
used Hunter's Blessing just because it's probably the popular item right now. We may discover down the line, like next fucking week, that holy shit, Uller is extremely broken with Mage's Blessing, and everybody should use Mage's Blessing because then that just makes Uller even more OP.
I can really go either way.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Let's test the
So
elements.
get 10% cooldown reduction, which boom really isn't much early game for Uller. However, when it is evolved, that MP5 is very nice, and of course the ability damage is just it's always nice on Uller, and it does very very well. I don't believe it procs on steroids. Like I said, Bakasura's steroid and Erlang steroid. I can see why it doesn't proc on Bakasura's because again that is true damage. However, on Erlang's it might. It might be like one of those Bluestone things. Bluestone procced on his one as
By
well.
the power of ice.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. Almost exited game right there. That would have not been good. Again, super loud. My apologies. So,
The elements. They surge within me.
next we're gonna do Hunter's Blessing, which is honestly fucking. It's kind of fucking dumb broken
I
on
am
some
born of
gods.
ice and forged of the
As
battle.
I've mentioned before, I've
Mastering my
mentioned
elements will bring forth
Mr.
my untapped
Osiris
power and save this world from
and
damnation.
Mr.
Minions have
Erlang.
spawned.
So the good thing about Hunter's Blessing is that it gives you that attack speed and all that stuff that you want early game. That damage, that attack speed, all that stuff that you want. The bad thing about Hunter's Blessing is that if you want to take it into solo, you only really have that MP5 sustain, which is good. It is noticeable. However, again, there's the drawback of, you don't really, like, you have to pretty much buy pots constantly if you're going to take this in the solo lane. Which, again, may be a viable option. We don't know yet. We aren't very sure. Right now, patch just came out, worldwide, or like Smite-wide, Smite server-wide. So, we don't know how good that's going to be. It may be a meta where teleport is brought back, or whatever, just some theories of mine. But in order to get the full stacks on this, you need either kills or assists. Of course, everyone has minion kills and minion assists. And we will show off what that does in a little bit. So, again, I've already named Erlang and Osiris. Bellona is very good, and I notice how I'm naming a lot of solo lane gods because of their cleave. Their cleave does proc on the extra 15% basic attack damage, which is pretty amazing, honestly. It makes Osiris very, very good. I was in lane with them yesterday on solo, and he was fucking me up, to be honest. I don't ever like to admit being fucked up, but I was being fucked up. I was honestly insanely tilted because I'm just like, yo, how does this make it past, PTS? Like, how did nobody notice this? Like, how did nobody say, oh, basic attack speed, Osiris? Like, how, like, that's what I would have said the very first fucking time. Shit. Well, anyway, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit what this looks like. Oh, this takes a lot longer than I want it to. But then again, I don't really have a very good editing software. I wish I could cut out this part. And if I could, I would. So, again, we're gonna go back to Dummy Raw, because this is one where actually the, damaging is scaled. So, he's level 20, I'm level 20. So, boom, 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 580 on my crits. Let's just see a regular basic. 226. Not bad damage at all, considering I'm building probably a really shitty build. But I could go a very meta build right now. Like, let me go and switch this up. So far you probably wouldn't have Malice. You'd probably have this. Most people probably go into this. And I mean, we could do stacks, but we're just gonna go into Blood Forge because I don't really feel like doing Devo stacks. So with my steroid 288, I think that was 618 on the crit. 214, you see, and when you get Executioner procking, and you get that stuff procking, it's holy shit. So 650, 649. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and say it's 650. That's pretty fucking crazy. That's some pretty crazy crits already, and I've noticed how I only have Deathbringer. No damage buff. Remember this, no damage buff. You have Deathbringer, Blood Forge, Aussie, Executioner, Boots, and upgraded Hunter's Blessing. That's fucking that's nuts. Like, that's actually crazy. It's extremely good. I don't think it needs to be toned down at all. I think it's counterbalanced by a lot of things. Like, some hunters, some people just aren't very, well, not some hunters, but some people just aren't very good at hitting their basic attacks. Not everybody can be me. Not like I'm very good at hitting my basics anyway. That's why I play Uller. So next one we're going up is gonna be the most painful fucking one to farm out, and holy shit, I do not want to do this, but it's also this is also daddy's. This is daddy's. This is this is my heart. This is my everything. So I guess we can go in the Bakasura. I said I was gonna do Uller, but you already know what I'm about to do. It's the Assassin's Blessing, and Bakasura makes it pretty fucking easy to farm the Assassin's Blessing. Besides Loki, I'd say he's probably the second easiest, considering you can just eat a minion, get a stack. So, sorry, just hit my mic right there. Assassin's Blessing has a little quirk to it, in a sense that it is now only jungle monsters that you kill or you assist in killing. And of course, the kills, they count too. But we're gonna go ahead and get up to level 20. I said it was gonna be a pain, but then I realized, yeah, that like it has kills on it again. I thought it like when I first used it, I thought I only could farm like jungle monsters. So like I farmed it I farmed my jungle very well. I guess you could say like almost no farm was ever available. But as you can see, that's just our basic attack. So this is just a level 20. We're gonna show you a crit, a non-crit on Bakasura. We only have Deathbringer. We have just a regular Bakasura build that I would usually build. I'd probably, I'm definitely swapping out Kins on Bakasura. Kins is not really in the meta anymore. It's more about crit right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and show you some basic attacks. So big minion, 362, 841, 841, 373. Pretty insane, right? So you think jungle monsters, that's got a proc on the Gold Fury. However, this is not the case. C5, it doesn't seem like you do that much more damage than what you would with Bakasura. You see, I was hitting like 600 something crits on that. And I go over here and I hit, like 600 something crits, It's just, it balances it out because honestly, Bakasura, guys like Bakasura, Kali, Merc would be so highly valued when it comes to objective gameplay. It'd be kind of ridiculous, but Z4, something crit, not bad. Not bad at all. So this is gonna take that long. Considering I'm Bakasura. But in a real life, in a real game, in a real scenario, I noticed that Bakasura and Loki just abuse the shit out of this item. And by abuse the shit out of the item, I mean they farm this item so easily. You get stacks so easy. It's kind of ridiculous. I noticed Thanatos gets a lot of stacks too, especially if Thanatos really gets his shit rolling and going early game. He starts getting a lot of kills, all that stuff. He basically just runs you the fuck over. Or what? Huh? My USB? I'm not sure. Somewhere. But of course, we all know Assassin's Blessing. This is used for assassins. I mean, literally has it in its name. But there are a few exceptions to where Assassin's Blessing can shine. So, 10 penetration, you get all this stuff. 35% bonus damage versus jungle monsters. That is what I want to focus on. Nearly 40 fucking percent. So, remember the numbers from last time? Just, yeah. 841, 841. You still get all that stuff. I know I didn't go into depth about just the base stats, but the 35% jungle monster damage, that is fucking crazy. And holy shit, does it just, like, you farm so easily in the jungle, and I understand why they did it. It's because, you honestly do need it because there's so much jungle farm that's available at one time. But that 10 penetration, it's really, really good early game, and like I said, Bakasura, Loki, they take advantage of it. a lot of gods can take advantage of that early penetration because Rain does is completely out of the meta now. You know, it's gone. All that stuff. You know, let's just go ahead and show you some base penetration with some Assassin's Blessing. Just that nice base. So you can see still not hitting that much, but I did get rid of some power. You know, not hitting a lot, but that's incredibly decent damage. Let's go ahead and go on this level 20 and see how long it takes to kill him. You know, level 20 mage, base protections, all that stuff. So 340, 151, not bad damage, you know? It's got everything you need in a jungle and more. You know, a lot of junglers got away from like Bluestone and Death Toll in season 4, and they really just went Bumba's Rangdas, Bumba's Rangdas. I personally didn't do it because again, I main Bakasura, but Assassin's Blessing is totally viable on every single jungler. Every jungler should totally abuse that. I used on the Morgan yesterday. It was amazing. I played really stupid because I was just fucking around, and I used on this big doggo Cerberus. It worked on him too. It helped. Like it literally makes almost any fucking god viable in jungle. That doesn't mean that they're a good jungler. Doesn't mean that they're top tier. You know, they're amazing or anything. But it just makes them viable. So we got one more blessing. I do believe we do have one more blessing, and I have saved the boring one for fucking last because holy shit. It's just Watcher's Gift mixed with Mark of the Vanguard, I guess. I mean, it's got a little bit of Lono's mask in there. No, it doesn't. I'm kidding. Guardian's fucking blessing, like assist with minion kills. Like you can't even kill the fucking like I want you to think about you can't even kill the minions and like some guardians generally have very good clear.
You will survive the winter.
And it's 50 stacks, so it's not bad. You can generally get it by like level 6, 7. I'd suggest if you're a guardian and you're staying in lane. And you know, you're being that good support, but you know, we're just gonna go ahead and read the buff. It does give you 3 gold per minion assist, 5 MP5, 7 HP and mana restored per mana or per minion assisted, 5 physical and magical protections, and yeah. So at 50 stacks, Guardian's Blessing evolves, gaining 4 gold per 5 seconds. That means every 5 seconds you're going to get however many gold. You're gonna get 4 gold. Which, when you think about it, how long it takes you to stack Lonos, along with, you know, just everything else. It's a pretty good trade-off. You can do it with each assist. Sadly, I can't really do an assist in a jungle practice because I don't have any friends online right now that would be willing to come in and do the video. And if I did have a friend, I'm sure that you would want to hear them talk. If, you know, I'd also let them talk, give them their opinion, you know, whatever they wanted to say. All in all, very good item. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty much the blessings. The blessings aren't really that big of a change, to be honest. As I was talking to a bunch of people, and as I described them, many people described them, they're just these great starter items that, you know, pretty much each individual god type utilized to the advantage. So where their Hi-Res was just like, okay, well, why don't we just put the best of both worlds in one, and then we just make it stack, and then, you know, when you get that stack, you get one effect of one item, and then, you know, the base effect. You know, it's pretty good. If you hear him in the background, again, I do apologize. I don't live alone. I'm not home yet. Probably won't be home for another 2 weeks. But when I do get home, hopefully, maybe a new patch will be coming. Now, you know, that'd be nice.
Shower of ice. You will survive.
I would definitely like to see a new patch. Um, Maybe like I don't know. I don't really know what to do with Warrior's Blessing. That personally to me is probably the worst one, just because it's so it's so I guess isolated. It's in its own little realm where like only those certain soul laners that can use it. I mean, of course you can use it pretty much anywhere. You know, if I wanted to use it on Uller, use it on Uller, but there's not really much reason to use it on Uller. Doesn't have any power. Doesn't have anything like that. But yeah. Oh, I could buy more starter items. I just had to sell them. What the hell? Man, that sucks.